Hey, my name is Aaron Phillips, and this is the About Me portion of my RA interview. As I'm sure you've noticed watching all the videos that have been submitted, it seems that a large portion of the students' About Me consists of Blair Witch-style footage of them running around with the camera showing the interviewee on the other end everything about their dorm room, their international programs room, the town they're living in, their travels, their friends, their classrooms, etc. I believe this is all well and good and can be very creative, however, it's really not me. I'm not really one for running around in front of the camera, pointing things out, larking about, as they say. Instead, I will give you a short and hopefully succinct version of my life. What drives me, what I'm getting out of Pepperdine, why I'm there. Basically about me, in 5 minutes. I grew up homeschooled in Seattle, Washington. Seattle's a great place to grow up. I love the rain, I love the cold, and I will hopefully, God willing, settle there after I'm done with graduate school. Me being homeschooled is kind of interesting because most homeschool kids were homeschooled for merely a year or two due to some extenuating circumstance within their school system, home life, whatever. Not so with my family. My dad graduated from law school, married my mom, and they decided that they had little faith in the public school system and that my mom could probably do it better. So she started teaching me how to read. Soon there was another kid, this time a brother, and then a sister, then another brother. Now there were 4 of us, and she was still teaching all of us at home. If you talk to any homeschool mom, you'll find that this is somewhat of a feat, teaching 4 kids all the subjects all the way through high school, but somehow my mom managed it, and now I'm here. As I mentioned, my dad is a lawyer, more specifically an estate planning attorney. I find this horribly boring, simply meeting with people and then writing down their dying wishes all day. I wish to continue on the law path, but I'm more interested in civil litigation. This is similar to criminal courtroom work like you would see on any TV show. However, it deals mainly with civil aspects. I find criminal work somewhat distasteful, not to mention the moral conundrum of having to defend someone you presume is probably guilty. I currently work at a law firm in Bellevue during the summers and the winter break, which I find to be immensely interesting. It has been very, very good to see that it is something that I like, and more so something that I'm good at. That is something that I could probably spend the rest of my life doing. As for home life, my family is very large on reading. I grew up without a television. My family spent weekday nights sitting around the fire, reading Watership Down, Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia, all the classic series. This has resulted in probably me knowing a little bit more literature than a lot of people do. Otherwise, I feel like I've had a fairly normal upbringing. Unlike a lot of homeschool kids, most of my friends went to private or public schools, and I feel like I got out a little more. Pepperdine. How did I choose Pepperdine? It was somewhat of an accident, actually. I was very interested in a few schools that use what they call the Great Books curriculum, St. John's and Thomas Aquinas. But visiting them, I was very uncomfortable with the campus atmosphere. I visited St. John's first and was turned off entirely, even though it looked great on paper. Then thought maybe perhaps Thomas Aquinas would be a better choice. I went and visited, and within half an hour knew I didn't want to be there. Looking at the map, we noticed it was close to Malibu, and I remembered one of my best friend's dads went to Pepperdine for his undergraduate experience. And I thought, well, we have time, why don't I just stop by and check it out? We walked in, started talking to students, and I immediately fell in love with it. I never did the formal tour. I'd done enough college tours at that point to realize that I could get what I needed to know by talking to students and walking around, and simply doing that showed me that I couldn't wait to spend the next 4 years at Pepperdine. However, by this time, my search for colleges had put me off a few months, and I'd missed the normal deadline. So I thought I'd just wait a year and apply the next year around. As fall rolled around, all my friends left for their respective colleges, and I got really bored. And I decided I had no interest in being home alone the entire winter. So I applied for spring semester, and was admitted and started a semester late. I had done enough community college classes during the last couple years of my high school to have enough credits not to worry about it, so it was never a big deal. Unfortunately, applying late put me behind for international programs, and so I was on the wait list for the Heidelberg program until October or September, in which time I was informed that I could attend if I wished, and that's where I am now. Which brings me to my current academic experience. As I said, I'm in the Heidelberg International Program in Germany. I am very with much difficulty learning German, attempting to, even though the teachers here are excellent. I'm traveling as much as possible, and I'm absolutely loving the entire experience. Although the dorm rooms are a bit small. Maybe we could work on that. I think that successfully summed up me in a nutshell. I have a career direction which I'm interested in, that I'm pursuing, that I think I like. I love people, I love my friends, and I love Seattle. And I love Pepperdine. And I look forward to hearing from you,